this way.
Hello, my name is Blake, and this is Juke, Blox, Hero. And today I am doing fantastic because we have an awesome video lined up. But I guess the real question is,
how you doing?
That's right, everything today has to do with the TV show Friends. But before we get into everything, if you haven't noticed already, I have changed my setup a little bit. I have my piano over here, my guitar over here like usual, but I have added my drum set behind me, which we'll use to make cooler music, and it'll just add to all the aspects of this channel. So what I'm gonna do is, using the instruments in this room, my guitar, my drums, and my piano, and anything else I have, I am going to try and recreate the Friends theme song. Don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try it. Let's do it.
Gonna be this way. The job's a joke you broke, your love life's the only. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you, 'cause I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there for me too.
This is a Lego channel, and I am wearing a Friends shirt. So yes, we are going to build the Lego Ideas Friends set, and I'm super excited for this. I got this for Christmas, and I have waited a long time to get around to it, and now that we're here, I'm just so excited. I love the way this box looks and everything. I've seen stuff about this set, and I'm just so glad it's another addition to the Lego Ideas franchise, or whatever you want to call it. But enough about all that. Let's get into the information about the set. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about this set itself. On the front of the box, you can see the Lego logo and the cool Friends logo and everything, and they have this really cool box art with all of the characters from Friends all at Central Perk. In the bottom right corner, you can see that this is a Lego Ideas set. All along the bottom, you can see all the characters. You have Ross, Monica, Chandler, Phoebe, Joey, Rachel, and Gunther. They all come in this set, and you have in the bottom left corner, you have your age suggestion, which is 16 plus. You have your set number 21319, and this set has 1,070 pieces. Now, if we pivot it to the side, pun intended, we can see that we have all of the characters that are in this set, aside from Gunther. On this side of the box, it has this really cool art behind them that has iconic quotes from the show and everything like that. It just gives these characters a profile. And then on the back of the box, finally, it shows us all the features of this set. You can see in the top right, you can see Phoebe singing outside of Central Perk. You can also see in the top left, Joey and Monica. You can see the menu. In the very middle, you can see the entirety of Central Perk. In the bottom left, you see Gunther working at the coffee station. And you can finally see in the bottom right how you can actually take out the couch, I guess, and you can reenact whatever scenes you'd like to do, or anything like that. Okay, so now that we've taken a full look at the box, we know that this set is going to be so cool. We also know all the piece count and the age suggestion, everything like that. The art everywhere looks really nice, and I'm just super excited to build this. But in order to build it, we have to open it up. Before we do that, I do want to point out that this set, or Lego Ideas sets in general, do not open like normal Lego sets. They actually open like kind of like a chest, I guess you could say. So the tape is actually right here. So when we cut through it like this, it's actually gonna open like that. So now we see we have all the bags. This is super exciting. We have bag 2, bag 1, bag 3. You get a sticker sheet, bag 5, bag 6, bag 4, bag 1, and finally this instruction manual. And also inside the box there's also that same art that we saw on the edge, and I think this box is pretty cool, so I'm probably going to keep it. But now that we're done with that, let's start building. Okay, after a few hours of building, I have finally finished the LEGO Ideas Friends set, and it is so cool. All the detail and the details that showed the television show in it, and it has so many little references to the show and so many just really cool things and building techniques and everything. This set is just beyond my expectations. I knew it was going to be good from all the pictures and watching people build it and stuff, but this just blew my expectations through the roof. So I love this set, but let's get into all the details and everything in the full review. First, let's talk about the overall look of the set. And I'm just going to give that a 10 out of 10 because it just looks so sleek, and there's no studs where they shouldn't be. If you just look at it as a whole, it totally looks like Central Perk from all of the episodes and everything, and the minifigures where they're set up just looks really nice. There's no details that take over one another. They all just come together to make this really cool scene, and looking at it as a whole, it just looks really great. And yeah, 10 out of 10. Okay, now that we've talked about the whole look of it, let's talk about the coffee station over where Gunther is. This coffee station looks really good. I think the really cool focal point of the coffee machine, all that gold shiny stuff, those bricks look really nice. And the station itself looks really nice. There's the cookie jar, which I really like, and the cash register, which looks really real and nice. And there's a lot of cool details on this wall, like there's some leaves and bottles, and it was really nice to build it because it all went into the wall bit, and it was kind of not looking too good, but at the end of the building process of the wall, it looked really amazing and tied together really well. But yeah, this coffee station looks really great, and I think they did a good job with it. Next, let's talk about the wall that is behind the couch that has the service arrow on it and everything like that. This looks really nice. It's not necessarily a huge focal point of the set, but I like the service arrow, how it sticks out from the wall, and it looks nice. And I do like all the mugs lined up on the wall. They bring some cool colors into it. There is a door right here. If you look from the outside, it's not really all that bright or anything or nice. It's kind of just a door just against the wall, I guess. And over here on the very right of this wall in the corner, you can see a table with flowers and this, I don't really understand what this is, but it's kind of like a big torch with lights in it. I haven't noticed it with watching Friends, but I don't know, you may know what it is. And also next to this wall, I'm just gonna include it as part of this wall, there is a cool just window, and this is a very small part of this wall, but there's a window on it, and it also has a sign that says live tonight, Phoebe Buffet, with a cat on the bottom, probably referring to Smelly Cat. But I just think it's a cool detail to have there. Let's move on. Now let's talk about where Chandler is sitting, this seating area that's behind the couch where a lot of scenes happen. He's not doing anything special or anything, but the seating place itself is really nice, because the carpet underneath is cool, because the way it works when building this set, you will build these carpets in little squares, and they'll just fit into these openings in the base, which is really cool. So I put the seats on here and the table and everything, and then it just slides in there. There's nothing completely special about this part, but it's nice to have that added detail and part in this, and the carpet just looks really cool, and I like the way they did it. Let's move on. Let's talk about the place where Phoebe is sitting, where she usually performs in the Friends episodes. I really like this area because it has this cool velvet couch that looks really nice, and it has the window behind her where it says Central Perk, where it has the logo. There's a microphone in front of Phoebe, which I think is cool. It's a cool mic stand and everything, but you can switch it out for a piano, which I really like, because I love piano, and I would probably just leave that in there permanently if I could, but I do like the way that the mic stand looks, and the piano looks good too. So it just goes in the same exact place, but instead of a mic, you have a keyboard. If we're counting this, there's also some doors on the left side of her, the main doors of where Central Perk is, where all the characters will come in during scenes or anything like that. They look really cool. You can see what they look like from the outside right now. There's not much of a walkway up to the doors, but I do like the kind of just how put together it is outside, if that makes any sense. How it's not too overly done, how you want to focus on the inside and not where the doors are or anything like that. Also next to this Phoebe performance area, we'll call it, there are these poles that you see every time they're in Central Perk, and they're just these green poles that are supposed to be, I guess, the supports of the cafe, but when they're filming it, you don't ever see the ceiling, so why would they add a ceiling here? Which brings me to another aspect that I really like, the fact that there's lights and everything, and it seems like they're actually filming a scene, which is really cool. But these poles just kind of add some detail, and it really brings you into what Central Perk is supposed to look like. Now for the biggest part of this set, the couch. This is where all of the Central Perk scenes are surrounded by. There's always the couch. There are so many good or bad scenes happen there. So much just of Friends is at this couch. And I love the way they did it. They have the coffee table, and on it, you can actually take it off of the thing. It's not necessarily you want to, but you can see there's like a Lego news thing, which is cool. You have a reserved sign, you have some flowers as well, and you have a mug, and it just seems disorganized and not perfect, which is perfect for what Friends actually is. I do also like the chair on the side, this kind of light brown chair, because it looks exactly like the one in the episodes, and it's just a nice addition to this couch area. Also, there's the seating area by the couch with the table, and there's Joey with his food and everything like that. But the main attraction of this entire thing is the couch itself. This orange couch looks really good. The building techniques used for it are pretty cool. Looks like exactly like the one in Friends, and I just like the way it looks. Also, you can remove the entire couch section out of the set itself, which I think is a really nice detail for people that want to make their own stop motion or something like that, or if they just want to play with it or something, but you can also just see it in more detail once you pull it out. Also, if you look on the bottom of this carpet, I guess that's what I'm calling it, that's under the couch, if you just flip it over, you can see there's this nice pattern on it. You can't really see it with all the stuff covering on top, but if you look on the bottom, it's got some nice detail. Now that we have finished unboxing, building, and reviewing this awesome Lego Friends idea set, let's talk about some fun facts about it. The cool thing is with the instruction manual in this set, it comes with all of these really cool descriptions. It gives you this entire description of the show, what it is about if you haven't seen it already. It also gives you descriptions of all 6 main characters in Friends. So you have Ross, Monica, Chandler, Rachel, Joey, and Phoebe. It gives you all the descriptions of them, also if you haven't seen the show. So then if you turn to the next page, it also talks about the fan designer, Aymeric Fivet. I don't know if that's the perfect pronunciation, but he is from France, and he says he's played with Lego products his entire life, and he was so excited to build this, and he says he's watched Friends forever, and he says for a successful Lego Ideas project, you have to believe in yourself, be patient, and don't hesitate to ask people in case of difficulties, because there are many qualified and helpful people. So if you are out there trying to submit an ideas set, go ahead and go for it. Then it also talks about the Lego designers, the actual people that made this set, and they talk about how they were super fans of Legos and Friends, so they love doing that. And it's like this interview, so it gives you all these questions and stuff, and they talk about their favorite kind of their favorite aspect of the set, and they talk about like how this reserved sign they were so happy to get in and everything. So if you ever do get this set, make sure to read through the entire instruction manual, because it is really interesting. Now that we're done with that, let's read it in French. Juke ont regardé Friends pour la première. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because I had a blast doing it. All the music was fun. Building the set was really amazingly fun, and I just had the time of my life doing this video. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. And of course, subscribe. My name is Blake. This is Juke, Blox Hero, and I'll see you next week.
This way, the job's a joke you broke, your love life's the only. It's like you're on